This is going to be a video showing my entire collection of Ericsson made telephones. These are made by the Ericsson Telephone Limited, was the ETL company, what I believe is a London based company back in the 50s, 60s and 70s. I believe they ran in the 40s as well. Now my earliest Ericsson phone I have is the Bakelite one. It's the original. I got this I bought this as think many months ago now. It was being sold for $100 in an antique shop in Geelong. It was missing a lot of parts. I had completely restored this with some spare parts I had. Main thing was missing was the original black cable with the original Bakelite box. Now, when I was 17, 18, I bought a whole bunch of these boxes. I think when I was down here a while ago, I bought about 10 of these for about $50, and some cables with them. So I was able to restore it with the original box and cable. And what I've done is put a black cable on the end. This phone works. It dials out fine. It receives calls. The other thing that's been changed is that transmitter in there. That was not in there when I got it. They had a wrong type of transmitter put into it. So I tried converting this to make it work. They put an 800 series PMG mic in there, never got it to go. Secondly, I had to rebuild the rotary dial because the rotary dial screen didn't work on it either. But I was able to get that to work again. And this is an N1002H71 made by Ericsson. It's a clone of the British 332 telephone, and that's what this is, a clone of that phone. The next one next to it is quite rare, well, not rare, but quite common actually. This is an, I can't remember what was the model number of, I can't remember, I believe it was the N1 something something on it. Now, this is an N1340 A39T. It was supplied to Pi Australia. Now, with the information I got from the seller who sold me this on eBay, according to the seller, they pulled this out of Flinders Street. I don't know if that's a true story or not, but if it is, it's a rare rail phone if it is pulled out of there. But Flinders Street does have a switchboard system what works with these phones. I know that because I got central battery non-dial and Ericsson signal phones there. The one next to it is some sort of N1900 something phone. What I'm actually restoring, because what it needs to have put on there is a chrome handle, the line cord to put on it. I don't know what model number it is because some plonker has melted the base on purpose to get rid of the number on the base. I don't know what Ericsson phone this is. I know it's an Ericsson one because it has this style of numbering on it. Now, people would say you can't tell these by the number, but you can. If you look at the one on this Ericsson N1900E244, look at the one on that. Now, look at the one on that. It's the same. So that tells me it's an Ericsson phone. GEC dial bezels are different. I'm going to put this one back on this phone because it's coming off again. But if you look at the, see if I can get this off here. Look at the number 1 on the GEC bezel to the number 1 on the Ericsson. It's different. So that's how I'll put that back on the phone later. Now we'll restore this one and get it working in order. The next one was my first Ericsson I ever got. This is a kind of a strange Ericsson. It looks like a standard 706 style one, but it's not because the number's quite different. It's an N1970 B36T. It was a rare sort of Ericsson. This was the first Ericsson phone I ever got. I got this down in the Geelong Vintage, the shop next to the Vintage. I got this. I saw it and I thought 706 I first saw, and it wasn't. It's an Ericsson one. Now I'll show the N1900E244. This was going to go into service soon with my Diacom one, which I'll show in a minute. Now this is the original one. No bodges done to it. I refurbished it, got it working. This came from a seller down in Geelong, Victoria, Australia. This one I got it off eBay quite cheap. The seller didn't know what the phone was, so he sold it really cheaply. So I got it for quite cheap. This one also works. I do have the original microphone for it, but I just put an electronic one as it's going on CNET. Next one is also an N1900, but this is an E240. Now, I believe the E24 something stands for the colour. The line cord is the only thing not original on this phone, because if someone had bodged a grey cable from an 8025 I put on there as an old cord I'd lying around from an old from phone spares I got. $12. Next phone across is another Ericsson. This is an N170B, I believe, something, what was it, 23T, B23T. It's another one of these uncommon Ericsson phones, and for some reason, the N170Bs only seem to pop up here in Australia. I got this one off eBay. Got that off in an antique job, but got this is also an N170B, N1970B in two-tone green, B28T. Got this off Marketplace for quite cheap. This came with another Aussie Bakelite phone. That one. This also works. I've got this one working. Got the original line cord, but missing its junction box. It's got a junction box there on the end, a black one. Now, this phone is my favourite Ericsson out of all my Ericsson phones. This is a Topaz Yellow N1900 A66 phone in yellow, and also what makes it really rare, it's made of Diacon, and I've not seen any other Ericssons in this colour up for sale for once yet, but this is a quite rare Diacon phone. Mostly when these Ericssons were around in the 1960s and 70s and late 50s I should say, most of the late 50s ones were made of Diacon. Mostly got their phones and handsets replaced because the Diacon case is got smashed up. Now Diacon is like glass, it shatters quite easily, so when you get these sent through the post, it's like playing Russian roulette with these. You never know if they're going to arrive in one piece or smashed when you get arrived in the post. Now, when I moved house on the crossroad to here, I did not put this in a box. I carried it over here like this. I didn't want to get this smashed, because if you're moving house and you put these in a box of other phones, you're playing like a Russian roulette with these, because you 100 times out of these, no, 95% of these would get smashed when you're moving around with these phones. Now, this is a totally original Ericsson 1900 in Diacon, because it's even got the original Topaz Yellow Diacon box on the end. It's not been broken. Now we'll put that on the floor in case it drops on the floor. There's a more knob on the base. It's all original, so it's also working as well. Again, I put the electronic mic in this, but I do have the original 1961 mic. This is dated 1961. This phone. So it's an old Ericsson. $1961. Now, how you tell a Diacon phone? You look for a number 12 in the handset and on the underside of the case. I'll show you the number 12. See number 12. If it's got number 17, I believe it is, and then I'll take one of these other Ericsson to confirm that. It'll be ABS. That's got number 12 in it. And I think ABS is number 17 from memory. I've got this other Ericsson here, so I'll just take this one up and have a look. Yeah, number 17. Now, the E24 something numbers on the end of the N1900s. Those are mostly supplied in telephone rentals. And the way you tell that, if I turn these phones around, this one, because most of these have discoloration where there was a telephone rentals sticker on the back. That used to have a telephone rental sticker. Same with the ivory one, it used to have a telephone rental sticker. And that used to have a telephone rental sticker on the back. But the previous 10 sellers have actually either the telephone company or maybe the previous sellers have tried taking that off to cover them up. Now supplied ones, what weren't supplied to telephone rentals, have ETL on the back. I will turn some of these on because some of them have this logo on the back. Not that either one doesn't. This one does. Black one has it. This one has it. And that one has it. Now, I will mention something. If you ever watched the old James Bond movie, what's it called? Goldfinger, when he goes into the office, you see a green phone. Exactly identical to this one here. Very identical, not the exact one, but the identical one to this. And in the film, you can see this thing on the back of the phone. The ETL. I do have a photo on my mobile actually. You grab my Samsung phone for me, Mum. I'm gonna get that. I'll show that because on the James Bond film, it clearly shows that symbol on the back of the Ericssons in the show ETL, what stands for Ericsson Telephone Limited. Now the ones like the telephone rentals have a telephone rentals label on the back. I don't have them on this phone because they've been removed, but they do have that on the back. I will do a jump cut in this video while I'm waiting for Mum to get my phone down here so my baby will start on the camera. Well, I got my phone now, I'll show you this. This is the phone from the James Bond film Goldfinger. It's going to come out wish-washy on my camera because this is looking at an LCD screen. This camera doesn't like LCDs. Now, if you look carefully, there's that Ericsson thing on the back of the phones. That logo thing. There's another picture of it there. It's got that logo thing on the back. That tells me they're using Ericsson, that phone there. So it tells me in the James Bond films they're using Ericsson phones because it's got that thing on the back. And that's the same thing as that. So in the James Bond films they're using they're using Ericsson Telephone Limited telephones for the film. That's the phone there. One with a dial 12 on it. One of those with a dial 12. If I wanted to make the James Bond phone like that, I'll have to get myself a dial 12 and just switch the dial out. Now, for someone asked me why there's a Ouija L in this, so I had that next to my Ouija toy on my table in my rail room many months ago. And I put it on there just because I had next to Ouija toys on my Ouija collection in my figures. I put the L in there to make it look authentic with my figures. So this is my full collection of Ericsson phones I have so far. I have mostly of the 706 type. And not one, I'm telling you this now, not one has come from the they come from the UK originally back when they were shipped over here previously before I got my hands on them. But not one of these has been brought off UK eBay. They've been purchased either on Australian eBay or I bought them in person. Like this one here, this one I bought in person because I got that in the Geelong Antique Place. Got this off Marketplace. Got that in Geelong Vintage Market. And that's all I bought in person of these phones. The rest I bought off eBay and for reasonable price. But that's my best Ericsson, that Diacon one. Now, the way I get the Ericsson logos like that for these phones, when I brought that one there, and also this one here, it came with the original Ericsson label. Why did you get a nice blank one for these phones? And also that one came with the original label like that as well, the telephone. It was I did a photo, I photoshopped, what I did, photocopied them. Then put in my Photoshop program on my laptop, what's paint.net I use, and I edit out the logos to make a blank label for my phones. So I get a nice label for my Ericsson telephones. Now this one's a refurbishment project. Got to get a line cord and a chrome handle for it to restore that one. And so these are my Ericsson telephone limited telephone collection I have in my house.